Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. If you are new on this channel, please subscribe, like, and share this video. In today's video, I'll be having a chit chat with two amazing ladies in their early 20s. I'm particularly excited because I love to work with the Gen Zees, as we call them. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Fikayo.
Hi, my name is Grace.
Sit back and enjoy as we have this chat.
In this segment of this video, we're going to be talking about dating relationships. Mommy, are you ready for our hot questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'll just allow Grace to go first with, our first question for Mommy.
Mommy, what were the dating mistakes you made in your early 20s?
Oh, the dating mistakes I made in my early 20s. The truth be told, I got married in my early 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. Met my husband quite early, soon after I finished my O levels. And we started talking, we became friends. Eventually, we started dating. So because I'd met somebody that I'd loved and I think I was in love with him, I just went all over with him, and eventually 4 years into our relationship, the year I was going to start my youth service, we got married.
Wow.
I didn't understand the enormity of what marriage is. This is why these days I don't like ladies, young girls like you, to go too early into marriage. I thought that marriage was going to be like the story of Cinderella, and they lived happily. So I was not quite informed of too many things when I was stepping into marriage.
So, Mommy, my second question to you is that what were, your non-negotiables as a woman, dating in her early 20s?
I was very particular about somebody that shared the same values with me, family values, Christian background, and more importantly, somebody that had compassion. I wanted somebody that is going to be a leader and a father, a friend, and also a compassionate mate. So those were things that I could not compromise. I didn't want anybody that was just a random person, that was not compassionate, that would not allow me to be who I am. So those were things that was uppermost in my mind.
Hi guys, so this is the second segment that we're going into for marriage. So Mommy, how late would you say is too late for marriage? Like what age would you say is too late for marriage?
I don't think there's any age barrier in marriage, because you get married when you are ready and when you fall in love with the person. You will not, if you use age, you begin to be under pressure. You want to marry because your friends are getting married. You want to marry because your sister or your brother or somebody else has gotten married. It's a personal race. The most important thing is that whenever you are getting into marriage, you are going into it intentionally and with clear understanding of what you want out of the relationship. I think age is not a barrier to marriage.
My question to you is, do you think marriage is a bit overrated? Do you think the union or the purpose of marriage has been watered down? People are getting pregnant out of wedlock, people are having baby mamas, men are cheating, do you think...
Women are cheating.
Okay, women are cheating as well. And go to scatter. Open marriages, yeah. So do you think, we should still preserve the union of marriage, or, we should just scrap it since everybody's just doing what they like?
My answer to that question is a capital no. All these other examples that you have talked about, having sex before marriage, having bisexual marriage, transgender, and all the other things that, all the ills that we are seeing now, the purpose of every one of them is to be in a relationship. It's only that they are going into the relationship in a perverse way. So I think marriage was created for relationship, it was created for fellowship, and so it is not overrated. Most of the problems we have in the world today, it is because we have children that have not been brought up properly in good homes. So that is one of the reasons why God created marriage. Marriage is for accountability. Marriage is for you to be accountable to each other, then to be accountable to your children, and most importantly, to be accountable to God. So when you now have those other things that are not, those things that have become acceptable, that are not necessarily or they are not in any way according to the order of God. Let me put it that way. We see that the result of it is just going to be chaotic, and it is already chaotic.
Okay, so my final question on marriage is that what would you have done better in your early years of marriage? Like, what advice would you give your younger self during your early years of marriage?
That's a good question. I think what I would have loved and done better in my early years of marriage, maybe I would have learned about personalities. I would have known how to deal with the different type of personalities. I got married into a large family, and they were not just large, they were closely knit. So I had to deal with everybody at the same time. And there were times when everybody was in my house, and it was not easy. So if I had understood, and like I said, if I knew the enormity of what marriage is about, because I was coming into marriage believing that it's just the two of us. And then I was confronted with reality.
Okay, so in this, next segment, we're talking about friendships, career, work, life, balance. My question is, how do you identify toxic friendships? There's been so many, talks and so many, ideologies going about self-care, cut away toxic people. How do you even identify that you're in a toxic, relationship?
When you are in a relationship, for example, and each time you are with that person, you are not yourself. You are angry. You cannot talk without the person ridiculing you or criticizing you, or that person makes you feel less than what you have. Then you know that this friendship is not good for me. Your friends should encourage you. Your friends should hold your hand. Your friends should listen to you. And then your friends should carry you. You should be comfort to each other. So when it's not serving the purpose for which you're supposed to serve, then you should know that that's a toxic relationship. It's not bringing out the best of you. Instead, it is discouraging you and putting you down. It is getting you stuck. It is, the atmosphere around that friendship is negative. Then you should know that that friendship is not serving your purpose or your general good or well-being.
So basically, any friendship that's giving you bad energy,
yes,
stay far away.
Yes.
Okay, mommy. So how do you end such toxic relationships? How do you end friendships that that are not good for you, that make you stay just in one place, that make you feel less of yourself, whereby you're not accepted, for who you are? So how do you end those kind of relationships, mom?
I think it is important that we know that we're supposed to love and respect everybody, but it is not compulsory that you are friends with everybody. If you have a friendship, let's say it's a work relationship friendship, maybe before you used to have lunch together, and then you go home together, or you come to work together and you do things together. The minute you start to, you do a tactical withdrawal, you either go earlier than before, or you go later than before, or you say, oh, I won't be going that way today. You have to apply wisdom.
Mommy, we're going to be talking about career work-life balance.
Okay.
And honestly, this is a very important topic for all those young people that are, going to work and all that, even for myself. So there are stuff like gender expectations and stereotypes. I want to ask your opinion on gender expectations and stereotypes in workplaces. And when I mean gender expectation, like in some workplaces, they feel like a woman is not expected to get this position, like she's not supposed to lead in some way, in some places. So I want to ask, like, what is your opinion?
Yeah, and how you handle, gender stereotypes.
I want to say that gender stereotype or gender expectation, gender whatever you call it, is an international menace. Other countries, the Western countries, are tackling it headlong.
Yeah.
Here in Africa, we're just beginning to make our voice heard. And my advice to every woman is that you do not take permission to excel. You announce that you are excelling. You let them take it or leave it.
Words of marble.
Like the last flight I had from Lagos to Abuja, surprisingly, I found that the two pilots, the co-pilot and the captain, they were daughters of my husband's colleagues.
Wow.
Two of them were female.
Wow.
And I was over the board. I was happy. When I was coming into the aircraft, that was when one of them sighted me. And she said, and as I greeted her, she said, oh, mommy, David is also inside the cockpit. So you see, you can imagine when I saw the both of them, children that grow under my watch. And one was a captain, the other one was a flight officer. It was on my Facebook page, everywhere. I was happy.
So guys, this is the final question that we're going to be asking mommy. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that it's going to be over. So, regarding career and work-life balance, how do you handle sexual harassment in the workplace?
Sexual harassment in the workplace. I think this is very, very deep. I think sexual harassment, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in the home, whether it's in the marketplace, anywhere sexual harassment takes place, it is still sexual harassment. It must not be condoned. So the first thing I say is that you must always speak up. Once you don't sorosuke.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. When you don't sorosuke about sexual harassment, you empower the harasser. And it will not stop. But the minute you speak up, even if you will not win, you have spoken up. And because the person knows that you are going to talk, the likelihood is that he will look for another victim or stop. So I think the key thing in sexual harassment is that the abused must always talk about it and report the abuser.
So who should you speak up to?
Exactly.
What if it's your boss?
Exactly.
Well, if it's your boss, I'm sure in that office, now we talk about mentorship. Everything, you have mentors. The mentor may not even be in your workplace, but you can talk to your mentor. You talk to, relationship is always in 3 horizons. I always tell people, in any relationship, in everything we do, there are always 3 types of people that are important in our lives. The one that you are involved in most of the time is your peers. I call that the horizontal relationship. Then there is a relationship of people you look up to. People that they've been where you want to go. People that have been there. People that have made a mark. So those ones are the people you look up to. And finally, you have people you are also mentoring, those that are under you, that are looking up to you. So if you have that kind of 3 relationships in your life, you would always have somebody you look up to, that you can talk to. And you know, anytime you share information with somebody that has experience, there is every likelihood, because for every problem there is a solution. You will work out a solution. Thank you, ladies, for joining me on the video today. It's been an amazing time talking with the both of you.
Yeah.
I've been doing all the talking. So now, can you please give a final word to people watching us out there? Fiki, you go first.
Okay, I'll just, tell every young lady or any young person out there that life is a journey, and it's in seasons and phases. Don't be in a hurry to grow up. Take things one step at a time. Life is a journey. Enjoy the journey and don't rush it.
Thank you. Grace?
Okay, I think for me, I just say that be yourself, because right now it's very common that you find people acting as different people. They're not acting their true selves. So be yourselves. Don't pretend to be someone else, because you don't even know what that person is going through or what that person has had to do to change their personality and their characters. So just be who you are. Stick to who you are, because you're beautiful, and you're excellent. You're unique the way you are.
So don't fake it till you make it.
Exactly, girl. Do not do that.
Thank you for staying tuned. If you've enjoyed watching this video, kindly share, like, and subscribe. And peradventure, there is anything you want us to discuss, you can put it in the comment box and we'll get back to you. Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.